Welcome back to Bad Nightmarish Night, episode 2, episode dos, if you speak Spanish. In last episode, we talked about the origins of Lucky Cat, the Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. I believe we talked about Uncle Grandpa, Warframe, anime, other cartoon shows. I not in that order.
Adventure Time a little bit too.
Yeah, Adventure Time a little bit. Yeah, we talked about a bunch of different stuff. We kind of bounced around a lot last episode, but that's the whole idea is for us to just talk about whatever the fuck we want. So, Ben, what song are you listening to right now?
I'm listening to Say Nothing by Pianos Become the Teeth. It's a very, very good song. It's 7 minutes long. There's extremely long instrumental parts like throughout it. There's still like vocals on it and stuff. And the vocals are very powerful, but the actual like instruments speak volumes, and whenever you think about the title, Say Nothing, and then like when you actually listen to the song, it's like, damn, I get it now. You just sit there listening to it. It's like the same type of feeling like whenever you're taking a long drag on a cigarette and just like staring off into nothingness, or like that same feeling you get whenever you're drinking your morning coffee and you get that first long sip. You're just kind of staring off with like that like buzz you got going on in your head.
Hmm, I see. Well, I don't smoke cigarettes and I don't drink coffee, so I wouldn't understand what that feels. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, it's pretty cool. Might have to listen to it later, put it on a playlist.
Yeah,
But
it's very sad.
very sad. Oh, I don't know if I like listening to sad music.
I don't know. It's more than just sad though. It's like it's sad. It's also like a battle. I don't know.
Battle, a
Uh,
journey.
You just gotta listen to it, and then you'll be like, ah, I understand
Alrighty, I'll have to do that after we do this episode. But
for sure.
anything interesting happened to you today?
Well, I did just brew some tea that I've never tried called Four Seasons tea. I'm about to try it.
Cool.
So
Be
gotta wait for it
sipping.
to cool off a bit though.
Yeah, you don't want to burn. You don't want to burn the inside of your mouth.
Yeah,
That'll
I wouldn't
affect
be
the
good.
tasting process.
But what about you? Anything interesting happen?
Let me think. Well, I haven't been feeling good past like week or so. I was laying down and I closed my eyes. Didn't really feel like I fell asleep, but then like it was like 2 hours later. I was like, damn. And I just felt like I instantly just popped through time.
You just went forward in time.
Yeah, it's like kind of the feeling that I had. I don't know if it's just because I was sick and I was like kind of out of it, or like I just did fall asleep. But usually, like it's usually like when I fall asleep though, like I know that I've fallen asleep, and like when I wake up, I'm like, oh, I took such a good nap, or like, oh, I definitely like I fell
Yeah.
asleep. But it didn't feel that way. It just kind of felt like I was laying there. I was laying there, kind of like Dracula. You know, like I had my hands, like I was like I had my hands like I was like laying flat on my back, and I just like kind of closed my eyes, but it didn't. I kind of just felt like I could like it felt like I could feel like the area around me, because I had my window open. My window's right above my like head whenever I'm laying down, and it was blowing like some cool air in, and I could still feel that. So I don't know, it was weird, but that's kind of the only really like interesting thing that's happened to me today. So James, how about you?
I've just been playing Elden Ring.
Great game, 10 out of 10.
I'm enjoying it. I just made it to the big tree,
The Erd Tree.
the big tree at the capital.
Hmm.
I beat what's his name there. I
Uh.
don't know. Morgit, right? I think it was Morgit.
Yeah. His
His
name's
it was like
Morgott.
It was like Margit, but slightly different. Just more. I don't know. He was just different. but also the same.
Yeah, he's a really good boss. I really like fighting him.
Yeah, he was fun. I died to him like twice, I think. He was kind of easy.
I
Too
died to
easy.
him like 15 times. I'm just kidding.
I spent 8 hours
I
fighting
spent 30 hours trying to beat Margit the Fell Omen.
him.
It didn't take 8 hours.
I like
You
how
know
we
what? You
didn't
should tell
direct that
the.
at anybody.
You know what, Ben? How about you tell the listeners, the viewers, about your journey
What you
fighting
decide,
Margit?
yeah, your the
Yeah,
journey.
so basically Austin told me about it, how there's a great club, and I started as the wretch because I only want to use clubs, and I just want the great club because I love giant weapons and Souls games. And I also don't parry because I'm too lazy, honestly. And I just don't parry, and I just try hitting my way through everything. That's how I play the game now. After playing through Dark Souls 1 and 3, and I decided to go straight for Margit, and I went straight for Margit, and I beat him in I think like 4 hours. I think it was like 4 hours. I was only like level 3 or something like that. I didn't level up, didn't kill like hardly any enemies. Like I barely killed any enemies. Didn't get the summons. Tried fighting without summons for a long time. Um, and then I went and got the wolf pack summons and the jellyfish. And I summoned the wolves the time that I beat him, which was obviously the first try. Like I had like a few. I don't know. I had like 50 or 60 first tries, but I beat
Yeah.
him first try is the main point. And
First try in 4 hours.
I mean, my wolves literally got like AoE one shot like instantly. Like they didn't even really get any damage off, so they died like instantly. And then I actually beat him after all those hours. It's like that little bit of damage they did was enough. I actually beat him. And now I'm on Godric. That's his name, right?
Yeah, the god Rick, as I call him.
Yeah, I bore witness, but I haven't beaten him yet.
I just beat.
Bear
I found
witness.
the falling star beast. I was like not the
The
full
funny
grown
haha.
one, just the normal
The
one.
regular one that ain't shit compared to the fully grown one.
It's fun. It's so funny how I beat the fully grown one before I beat the.
People actually, I've seen a lot of people have like difficulty fighting the fully grown falling star beast because it's
He
just
wasn't
like,
hard. It's just that he would like one shot me, so that's the only reason why the
yeah,
boss was difficult.
it happens a lot in the late game. Although you didn't level up your health, because
No, I
I
didn't
also
level
didn't
up my
level up my
health
health
until
either.
I had maximum strength.
Yeah, I literally played through the game. I probably leveled up my vigor like twice, and then I only leveled up strength till 66,
Yeah,
so then I could
I
just
literally leveled it up
do
like once
wield.
or twice, and
Yeah,
then the rest of it just went into strength until I got to 66, and I could just two-hand a weapon and have maximum strength.
get that 99 strength. Yeah, that was pretty fun. But Elden Ring's a pretty fun game. One of
It
probably
is.
my
I'm still
favorite
using
game.
the fucking the hammer.
The Prelate's Crozier or whatever, the Infernal
Yeah,
Crozier. That weapon is fucking awesome. I
I
love
know.
using
I'm
that
like,
weapon.
it looks so drippy. I'm like, I just have to use it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's got like the like kind of like ornate, kind of like curved spikes coming out of it. It's like all red. Oh, we
and
get
it
to
makes
start with
it,
an Elden Ring
and it
talk.
matches with the Radon armor that I'm wearing.
Yeah, that's with the red hair, the red mane.
Yeah.
Radon's such a good boss fight. I can't wait until you fight my personal favorite boss in Elden Ring.
I mean, I know he's probably not gonna have anything on me. I mean, I first tried Margit
Yeah,
like
after
500
4
times.
hours,
So yeah.
pretty impressive. You know, some people I saw like in comments, some people have spent like somebody spent like 20 hours in Limgrave, like just like exploring Limgrave because there's just that much. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, that's what I like. I went back there because I'm like, I know there's stuff I missed.
Yeah, like I spent probably like
Like I went to the hero's grave at like the very, very beginning starter area when you first get revived,
yeah,
and there's that you could put the keys in there.
yeah, the I think it's called the Ariza Hero
Yeah.
Grave.
So I did that.
Oh, you killed the seed beast?
Yeah.
You got Oleg? He's like one of the best summons in
Yeah,
the
I got
game.
Oleg.
He's fun. I used him in one of my playthroughs. Because, like, in my first playthrough,
I want to keep
I
on using the jellyfish, but I literally just he's only at +2 right now
And
because
get
I
it to
can't. I
10.
don't have any. I don't have any
get that
grave
+10.
glowwort 3
You
or
just have
whatever
to
Gotta
it's
get
go.
your
called.
You have
boy
to
up
go to
there.
the catacombs in Limgrave, or go into the ones in the Weeping Peninsula, or go to the ones in Liurnia. Probably those are where you'll probably find the level 3 glove ward or
Yeah,
whatever.
because I have like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I just don't have 3.
Yeah, and the thing is, what's funny is you get way more. You get way more
Yeah, you
upgrades
get
for
way more
like
for
the
the
ghosts.
special
Yeah, for
than
the ghost ones, because if you do Ronnie's quest, bro, you get like enough to like
yeah,
max
which
out
I
3 to
I also
4.
did that today too.
Yes. Wait, did you
I
completely
defeat.
finish it?
I don't know if I could. I defeated the yeah. I found the Lake of Rot. I found that, and then I went
Hmm.
down and fought what's his name?
Estelle,
Estelle. Yeah.
did you go back and did you talk to her? Did you go like through like the passageway after that?
Oh, I couldn't open it. It said I needed some. I forget
Oh,
what it said
oh,
I
all you
needed.
need to do, I forgot to tell you this. All you need to do is
So I was
go,
like,
you know where you the what's her name? Renala. Know her, the at the top of Ray Lucaria. If you go back
yeah.
there, there's a chest that you weren't allowed to open before. You can open it now. And then the item in there will let you go through that seal. Heck
Well,
yeah.
I guess I'll do that now because I don't really. I need to go. What's her name wants to be an arsonist. She wants to commit grand arson.
The Elden Ring waifu.
Mm-hmm. Oh, one of the waifus. There's like
There's like
several
a
of
million
them.
gajillion waifus. There's what's her name? Melina. There's Ronnie.
Ronnie.
I can't think of
See, I
any
don't
other.
get any of these references yet.
You will
You'll know.
soon enough.
You will.
Soon enough. Oh, and speaking
Eventually.
of Souls games, when are they going to bring Bloodborne to PC? That's my
Bro, they
question.
need to
Dude,
do
we
that.
never got
Why
to.
is
I
there
still
piss
need to
fog
play through
here?
that game.
Because there's a boss, probably. I don't know.
I literally just went out here and I just see piss fog. I don't think that was there before, unless I'm just stupid and missed it.
Piss fog. Did you meet the loathsome dung eater yet?
He said that I can go to
The Suba
the
jail.
sewer. Hold up, I want to go see who's behind that piss fog.
All I'm saying is you need to go to the sewers before you complete the snow area, because you can miss the sewer. You
Yeah,
got to
I
talk to your
wonder if there's
boy.
anything that. Oh yeah, I also fixed the one bitch's Scarlet Rot.
Ah,
ailment.
Millicent.
Yeah.
Her quest line's
And
pretty
what is this
cool.
piss fog? Nox Swordress and Nox Monk. Oh my god, you. Wait, why are you bosses? You guys were normal enemies that I was fighting earlier.
Well, I think the time that you're supposed to fight them is way before where you're at. Like you're supposed to you know how they're basic enemies in like the underground areas. Like
Yeah.
you're usually like I guess you're usually supposed to fight them or able to fight them before you beat Radon. So
And I beat Radon a while ago.
yeah,
Well,
but very well,
the Nox
Very
Flowing
well.
Sword.
very well. Join the Seven Kings family. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know how I missed that.
she. I'll stop. No more references.
Man, I wish I had Slay the Spire on PC. I mean, I
I
do have a
played that
game
today.
that's like in the same genre, but it's like completely its own game. Griftlands. I got it way back in early access and played through like the first campaign before the game was officially released. It officially released like I think in 2021. Yeah, yeah, came out in 2021 officially. and it's very good. And apparently, like the reason that I stopped hearing so much about it is like it had a really bad launch on consoles or something, and so like everybody just stopped like talking about the game, even though it's an extremely good game. Like if you like Slay the Spire, Griftlands is also very good. I mean, I'd rather play Slay the Spire, but for this being a game actually like its own thing without completely stealing Slay the Spire, like they didn't steal it or anything. Like they have a lot of unique things. Like it's just very interesting. Like some of
Yeah.
the cards are item cards and they only last for a certain amount of turns. And then also there's a second type of combat, which is called like negotiation, and it works completely differently. And it's still a card based combat like type thing, but it works completely differently. Um, it's really cool.
I'll probably eventually buy it if it goes on sale because I
It's
bought Slay the
super
Spire on
sci-fi
sale.
alien-y. I forgot to mention it's like super sci-fi alien-y, and there's like actual campaigns for like each of the different characters and stuff. I've only played through the first persons, but it was pretty interesting. The general storyline is like you come back into your hometown, you're a bounty hunter, and you're after the person who like enslaved you or something as a kid, something like that. I haven't played the game in like almost 2 years, or no, like about 2 years now. So if I got it wrong, Grifflands fans don't destroy me. I I do love this game. I need to get back into it. It's just I haven't played it in so long that I'm just like, damn.
See, now's the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play that. I'll probably play it later tonight, honestly. I was just rewatching the trailer. But yeah, the storyline is that you go after the person who enslaved you and stuff like that. Um, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Spire. I just played Slay the Spire today. Funnily enough, I've been playing it like kind of like off and on the past few days because I don't want to like we have one of our friends. I remember anytime you know Ben, because usually like for example like for Risk of Rain and Risk of Rain 2, like Ben was the one that got us all into it, and like for Slay the Spire, Ben was the one that recommended it to me and stuff like that. And those games are fire, and I've played many hours. We've all played like
That's
many
why
many
they
hours
blew
of
up
them.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our one friend who I'm not gonna name, but you guys know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He
Is
literally
it
he
Mog?
would yeah, it's Mog. Yeah, we'll refer to him as Mog, but not the Elden Ring boss. um, pretty much whenever he would play one of those games, he would like play it nonstop every day for like weeks or months and never stop playing it.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it was bad.
Like he
Like
accidentally platinumed he not so this part. He accidentally platinumed Risk of Rain 2. And there's a lot of achievements that like you have to go out of your way to get, but he did by accident because he just played so much that he somehow got into that specific scenario by accident.
Yeah.
It was so funny. Like he was like,
Angel
"Oh
of
wait, I have the
Heaviness.
platinum,"
He was like, I platinumed it.
and then
Because he
like
was
Slay
like,
the
I'm gonna try
Spire.
to get that platinum trophy today. And I was like, I looked and I was like, you already have it.
I was like,
He's
"Wait,
like,
what?"
what? Oh, I guess I did.
Yeah, like it was
He had an
so funny.
addiction.
Yeah, he had like an addiction to Slay the Spire whenever because I remember like Ben suggested it and then like I bought it and like we all like obviously like all of us like we played it and I mean obviously I played it for many hours too, but I still played other games. I mean I religiously played Dark Souls 3. It was like the only like I pretty much same thing with Elden Ring nowadays for me. Pretty much when I'm not playing a game, I'll just play Elden Ring like for me now, but like back then on PS4 it was just Dark Souls 3. That's all it was. But literally we would get on after school. We'd all like go home after school, and I get on like a few hours later, and like all my friends are on. And I see some of us are playing like Overwatch or like some of us are playing like Call of Duty or something like that, and then there's just our one friend just
Yeah.
like Slay the Spire or Risk Raid 2 or Roar 2. So it's like little like abbreviation for it. Just so funny.
I remember when our one friend Simone, like, me and him used to play Risk of Rain, like the original game, every single day, go on runs like every night. It was so fire, dude. I remember like we used to we used to play it all the time. Like we got like all the unlocks and stuff. Um, well, I got all the unlocks because, funnily enough, on the first game, if you got unlocks online, like in a multiplayer game, it wouldn't count, wouldn't save. As soon as you would leave the lobby, like it wouldn't actually save it. I think you'd still get the achievement. I'm not sure on that. I think you'd still get the achievement. It's just that after like you leave, you just wouldn't have it. It wouldn't actually save. So you'd have to do it all in single player. And I did everything in single player. I 100%ed the first game. And I did platinum Roar 2 eventually too. But I 100%ed the first game, and we used to play it all the time. It was so amazing. Like, and he didn't like Roar 2. He didn't like Roar 2 like at all.
Which is kind of funny. But I mean, also the games do operate differently. I mean, like
Yeah, they
obviously
are very
the
different
first
from one
Risk of Rain
another.
is like a 2D
I mean,
game
the
or
main
whatever.
thing is it went from 2D to 3D. Like that's a big change.
Although, I mean,
Yeah.
I can understand why Ben is surprised just because the game was just super good anyway. Like the second game is just super good
Yeah.
and got a lot of
Well, the
popularity.
main thing that he hated was that loader. He would only play loader as soon as he would play commando and loader. And commando and roar 2 just flat out sucks until you get
Oh,
like the
hey,
other
it's you,
abilities.
Flintstone Dragon. You fucking ran away before.
But yeah. Um but he hated the changes with loader, like how loader just was a lot different.
And then he doesn't play because like Looter was a lot different and stuff. And then there's just James and I nowadays on Roar 2 PC. We literally have like the
Playing
Darth
Goku.
Vader. We have like Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, what like Millennia, Darth Vader. Who else do we have downloaded? Freaking the Paladin mod, the female Paladin mod. Had to get the female Paladin mod
The
right.
mommy dommy
The
paladin.
Yeah,
mommy
I
dommy
have that too.
Paladin.
I have that too. I have that mod.
The set mod, so you can play a set from League of Legends. The Aatrox mod, also known as Aatrox. We call him Aatrox. But I think it's old Aatrox before he got reworked.
Yeah, it's old Aatrox.
What else? The badass NG mod.
That mod is so
That
funny.
one you just can do Fortnite
I
default
can I
dance.
can I can do Fortnite dances.
We installed Nuketown so we could play it as a map. Nuketown's actually really fun just
It
because
actually
you
is
have to
You
sit in the
guys
you have
fridges.
to
installed
hide in
that,
the
bro?
fridge.
Yeah, you have to hide in the fridges just like you do in just like Indiana Jones did. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's every like 2-3 minutes a nuke
Yeah.
goes off that just kills everything unless
The
you're in a
Darth Vader
fridge.
the
Darth
Darth Vader
Vader.
mod is
Dude, Darth Vader from Cars.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. Daggum!
Nango! Nango!
Gonna have to cut that out.
No, it's fine. It's a meme. That was a meme.
True.
It's a meme. If people need to see it, then
Yeah, we can show
uh,
proof that I didn't just say that for no reason.
yeah.
That
I mean,
meme
we
is
say out of
funny though,
pocket stuff
because
anyway all the time.
yeah, I mean that meme is funny because I mean, like it's Mater.
Yeah.
Like
Although what I will say is I did say daggum from that meme, but I stopped because I didn't want to say it, but then James continued it anyway. So I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter at this point. Mm,
I mean shit, Mater was a spy, so he probably was seeing the footage of that and he was like,
that's true. He's like the greatest spy ever. Him and Finn McMissile, unstoppable duo.
I mean Finn McMissile isn't even as good as Mater,
Oh yeah,
remember?
that's true. But like Finn McMissile and Mater combined,
And he's a goat
unstoppable
though.
duo. Finn McMissile. Who was the person or who was the well not person who was like the car? I can't remember. I don't know like what like the names of
Remember her
like
name?
wasn't it Holly? Was it
I
Holly
think it was Holly, yeah.
who Mater got with right at
Yeah.
the end? Dude,
Hey, and he did keep his rocket boosters though. It's canon. He has those still.
yeah, dude, I love that movie. Like the first Cars is good, but man,
Second one,
the
we
second
got a
one is
major
just
spinoff that nobody asked for.
It's
That's
literally
exactly.
just
top
always.
tier.
It's always just out of pocket.
That movie is a 10 out of 10. I can watch the movie like 10 times over and not get tired of it. Unironically, I remember I
Saying
was
if you bring a girl over and she isn't down to watch Cars 2,
break up with her, get rid of her, throw her out the window.
nah,
I mean,
she's
don't do
not
that
the
part.
one. She's not the one.
Yeah, she's not the one. You got to ask her to
Or
leave.
guy,
Or guy, you know.
or they, or whatever. Point
Yeah, we were
is,
just.
whoever it is, they're not the
You're
one if
well.
if
Listen,
they say no.
we all understand what you're trying to say. You were just making an example, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, I know, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, whoever it is, whoever you
it's
bring
just
home, who
like,
is your partner.
yeah, it's just like,
If they
you
don't
don't
want
want
to
to watch
watch
Cars
Cars
2 with
2,
me.
then like I
Hell
don't
no.
know. Like are they the one? You know.
See, that's like them saying no to open season 1 or Shrek
Open season
or
1 is just
Yeah.
such a goated
Or
movie.
like you say, hey, let's watch some episodes of Adventure Time. Or like,
Uncle
ew, I hate
Panda.
that show. I gotta sneeze, but it's like I can feel it, but it's not. Oh
It seems there's a lot of starlight shards here.
yeah, pick all those up. Oh my god. Oh yeah, this is something that I did think about that I want us to talk about. So if we were, once we become huge popular podcasters, who like what guests would you guys want on the like your personal like dream guest that you want like on like the podcast? Because we're obviously going to have guests once we become popular enough.
Lil Aaron.
Okay, little Aaron.
Bro, we gotta get T Grizzly on here.
Yeah, T Grizzly. I would love to have T Grizzly on here,
That'd be
man.
awesome. His new album's coming out October 14th.
Look at that free plug too
Free
for
plug.
millions of viewers. Who else? I would honestly. I want Max and Chad from Cold Ones to be on.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Or we would go on Cold Ones because they also have their podcast. Unless we do like a crossover event, that'd be cool. Keanu Reeves would be pretty cool. But that's like Keanu Reeves is like at the top of like the mountain. Like that's gonna be like once we are Joe Rogan level popular. That's that we have to get up there first before we can get Keanu because we need as many people to see that video as possible. I mean, I feel like honestly, if we just ask Keanu, he'd be like, "Sure, I'd come on the podcast," but we have to do him justice because he's such a legend.
I agree.
Who else would be good? I'm trying to think. I think of like celebrities.
Markiplier, obviously.
Markiplier would be amazing.
Yeah.
Markiplier would be awesome for the League of Legends and Joyous Tobias Fate.
Tobito.
Tobito, I'd want him on here. How about his League of Legends? He's a 2-time challenger, legendary League of Legends player.
Yeah,
Tyler
time
won.
for lover, and then time for head. That's just what I read.
Tyler won.
Skeeter Gene, we could get Skeeter Gene on. That'd be fire.
Skeeter Gene.
Still no dog.
Who else would be like good? See, now that I asked the question, now I can't think of what I want. Who?
Oh, I said I'm trying to think.
Oh.
Let me think.
Let me think on that real quick. Hold on, let me pull out my phone and go on YouTube. I have to sneeze. Post Malone would be cool.
Yeah, he'd be cool.
Oh, woo! That's staying in. That ASMR, bruh. Where did the years go?
Where did the years go?
I wish Bob Ross was still alive. I would love to have Bob Ross on a podcast, bro.
Jack Black. Bro.
Jack Black would be fire. Kung Fu Panda, like one of the greatest animated trilogies ever created.
Kung Fu Panda is my personal favorite animated trilogy ever.
Did you see like it was something like isn't it like funny how an American animation company created a better like because obviously like Kung Fu Panda is based on like, Kung Fu and like what would that be like Chinese culture? Is that what right?
Yeah, because they say in the movie like in all of China like a bunch of times.
Yeah. So like it's based on like Chinese culture, and it's like it's funny because it's an an American based animation company or whatever, like DreamWorks or whoever made, I can't remember who made it, but uh they made like a better animated trilogy that like represents Chinese culture better than like any of the ones in China or something like that, because it's just
Yeah,
so
that's
popular
how
and so
wasn't that how,
successful.
like, the Chinese government reacted or something? They were like, "Why didn't we do that?"
Yeah, it was
Or
something
something
like
like
that.
that.
They were like,
Dark
you
Moon,
know,
great hold up.
that's one of the legendary
Hold
armaments.
up.
Congrats. I mean, it requires intelligence, which I know your character doesn't have intelligence.
My character has that solid 7 intelligence, just like my
Dang,
D&D character.
And we gotta play D&D again.
We
D&D's fire.
do.
it's been so long. I feel like I have my subscription for nothing.
Yeah,
That's
My D&D Beyond gold
that's
subscription.
$3 a month.
I bought like the yearly one because I saved like so much money on it. It was like on sale. There was like a deal on it too, or whatever.
Yeah.
Bought that shit for a year. But like, I don't know. I just want to play D&D. It'd be fun. Honestly, if we become popular enough, it's simple. We do our own D&D. We do our own Critical Role. What it's
I
called?
love that.
Bad Nightmarish Night Roll. Critical Bad Nightmarish Night. I'm kidding. We
Okay.
obviously wouldn't. We obviously wouldn't copy them or anything. That was just a joke. I would love to meet the people from Critical Role though. That
That'd
would
be
be cool.
awesome.
They could be that. Those are good podcast guests. All of them. Hmm.
Facts, every single one.
Honestly, I would want Ichiro Oda to be one of our guests. Once we become like big
Mhm.
podcasters, talk about One Piece. Who else? Damn it! Why can't I think of anything? This pisses me off.
Your energy's being drained.
Yeah. Well, it shouldn't be because I'm looking at Lucky Cat right now. I'm like,
Oh, I know what we could talk about. I was I watched like one of the Snapchat stories that is just like an automated like voice or whatever that just reads like the text to speech of Reddit posts.
oh,
And
those, yeah, I can't remember what they're called.
there's a few of them. But yeah, um and one was this person, it was like what are some theories about aliens that are scary because they could actually be potentially true or something like that. And the one was like aliens are most likely um not he was like they're always depicted as like a human form or like some type of humanoid form. And he was like, but they'd most likely be a gaseous type of being, and also only able to be, or I forget exactly what it said, but like, I'm no science expert. But they'd probably also be like at a certain light or whatever that we can't even see.
Yeah,
I don't know how to explain it, but like the light thing, like I
yeah,
don't
The
know.
light frequency would
Yeah,
be at
something like that.
a wavelength that we can't see.
that would
I
that is kind
barely
of like
passed chemistry, so and barely passed physics, so
yes. What's funny is whenever I was going
ace
to go to
bio.
college to be an engineer, I took AP Physics, but then my AP Physics teacher said that this class won't count at all because you don't use this type of AP Physics whenever you're trying to become an engineer. And I was like,
Just bruh.
well, I didn't pay attention to begin with, so I'm really not going to do anything now.
Yeah, I slept every day in physics and I passed with a C. And in chemistry, I just straight up can't comprehend chemistry. I actually tried and paid attention and got and pulled C's.
Hey, man,
I
that's
also
passing.
didn't enjoy that. I mean,
Bruh,
I actually did kind of
Bobby,
enjoy it,
our
but
fucking teacher is literally just Walter White, like in real life.
Yeah.
yeah, Bobby, bro,
He's bald. He's got a beard.
Is the beard like Walter? He's like
Yeah,
the
he
super
literally. I
intelligent high school
remember. Yeah,
chemistry
he's
teacher.
an extremely intelligent high school chemistry
Extremely like
teacher.
overqualified type thing.
Yeah, he's
Like
like super. I mean, he used to. I think he used to work at like a like
yeah,
some sort of like chemical plant or like some place where he probably made a lot more money than being a teacher. I'm assuming, especially nowadays. I mean, I don't want to get into those topics, but definitely made a lot
yeah,
more money
no,
over
that's
there.
facts.
But like it's literally like the exact same. I mean, obviously, you know,
He doesn't make math.
he doesn't make math, so but he in terms of like the looks and actually like the way that he kind of like is, it reminds you very much of Walter White, and like the
Yeah,
beginning of Breaking Bad.
like watching him teach.
Yeah. He had some funny ass shit that he did in there, but
Yeah,
just
Like
can't
with
really.
making the units of measurement.
Yeah.
Just let's say use one. I was there for one Shrek.
Yeah, I was there for
He was
one
like he,
Shrek.
he was teaching us about like making units of measurement one time, and as an example, well for like size he used like his height as an example, and then for time he's like, let's say for example we take the movie Shrek. It's like
But hey,
Shrek
you know
is
what? We
like
still
one
remember
hour and
this.
37 minutes long.
Yeah, we still remember it
It's
to
like
this day, though.
so
So he did a good
we
job.
do. It was just so funny because he
Yeah,
was just like,
like I'll
so
just.
if we want to use Shrek as a measurement of time, you can say, "Oh, I was there for half of Shrek," and he said all of this with just a
yeah.
straight face, and it
Yeah,
was just
like,
so funny.
and
Like
then he
no
did.
hint of a joke.
Yeah, and he did another one where he was like, I'm at this movie theater, and there's this dude like two
Oh
rows in
man, I
front
know
of
this
me.
one.
He was a dude like two rows in front of me, and I take just like a small like spitball, and I throw it at him in the back of his head, and he kind of like like scratches his back of the head, kind of shrugs it off, doesn't really think anything of it. He's like, and then I take like a full paper ball and I throw it at him, and he turns around and he glares at me, but he still doesn't do anything. And then all of a sudden, like straight face, nobody expecting this, he was like, and then I take this rock, and then he literally like slammed, like not like slammed it horribly, but like he set the. It was like a decent. It was like a decently sized rock, and he like set it on like his like table, his like lab table, and he was like, and then I get this rock, and he like put on the table, and he was like, and then I throw it at him, and he proceeds to beat the tar out of me, or he said something like that. It's just so
Yeah, he
funny.
said something like that. But yeah, I remember when he told that movie theater one. Me and Derek from League, we were
Uh
sitting next to each other, right? And
I was like, what? And then I understood.
yeah, yeah. But
you made that reference out of all of them.
Yeah,
I mean, I was
you know
trying
what?
to
It's
think of
fine.
how to not use his real name, and I mean that
I
we
mean, it
that,
worked.
I
that
mean, it
doesn't really have
worked,
any
yeah.
sense. But yeah, anyway, my bad, my bad. Back on track. We're sitting next to each other, and he just starts dying. Like he was covering his mouth, and I just saw like the air start puffing up his like lips, his like front and bottom lips from trying to hold in his laugh, and he had his hands up against his mouth, and then he just went and started laughing super loud, and then it also made like a super loud like noise because his hand was right on his mouth, and since he was trying to stop the air from escaping, it just put pressure on the air as it escaped, and it just made a super hilarious noise, and everybody just stared at him.
Man, those were good times.
Oh yeah, we also sat at the front too.
That was what, our 10th grade year. I
Yeah,
At first I was like, man, this year like just sucks. And then like after like the first 9 weeks, I was like, I actually really am enjoying 10th grade. And then I just absolutely like despised 11th grade. And then 12th grade was just kind of shitty because of certain changes in the world.
12th grade was fire because we made it fire, but was like
Well, yeah,
terrible
like
in terms of world events and shit.
yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it when I was there because I mean, did I do work? No. Do I aspire to do anything productive in my life? No. But you see, I'm content with that. So that sounded terrible.
We'll become huge. Bad Nightmarish
Huge.
Night's gonna blow up.
We
Huge.
should. Hey, all the viewers out there, thanks for watching. I just wanted to mention we appreciate you. I just wanted to say that
Yeah,
because we've just been
better
kind of like
appreciate the
talking.
hard work we've put in, especially into our covers,
Yeah,
the
Ben spent
logos.
a full hour and a half making the thumbnails for the YouTube videos. So
Yeah, designed it from scratch. I didn't
yeah, it was
actually
pretty
like
good.
make any of
There's a
those
lot of cool
individual
detail on that.
objects or
Just saying,
pictures, but I did a lot of stuff.
like if you look close on the thumbnail, there's a lot of detail. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say what but there's a lot of detail.
Yeah, there's a
You
lot of detail. I didn't use any formats or anything. So nobody think I used some like cheap format to make it look that drippy. Nah, I threw everything in myself, placed
hmm
it myself.
On Canva.
Yep.
Shout out to Canva. I hope.
Although I did
Listen,
edit a lot of the objects and stuff to make them look way cooler.
I would like to be sponsored by Canva. Like, if we become big,
That was awesome.
I would like a Canva sponsor because we use Canva all the time. I mean, do I have Canva Pro? No. But if I'm sponsored by them, I'll gladly have Canva Pro. Because usually I can get
Great.
I can get done what I need to get done by using just like the default Canva, like without like the free version. But it'd be cool to have access to all the pro like resources and stuff. Because there's a lot of like other like filters and like effects you can put
Well,
on like your pictures.
the thing that's actually really interesting, I learned, you know how you for like commercial use, on the premium ones, like you need to buy a license or whatever. Well, if you have the subscription, while you have the subscription, you have like a license to all of them. I don't know if your subscription to those objects goes away if your Canvas subscription ends, but at the very least, while you have it, you can. I'm pretty sure you'd have to read the conditions yourself. I won't be liable for anything based on what I'm about to say, like whatever
Yeah.
you guys choose to do.
Just remember that.
Um, yeah, so I made myself clear. But I'm pretty sure from the last time I looked, which was months ago, it was something along the lines of you could use it for commercial use if you bought a license, one use license for it or whatever for like a few bucks, like per picture or object or whatever. Or it was the subscription thing where I was talking about, where you could just have the subscription and you could have the whole library to use for commercial use and other things. And some of them are actual official like logos. Like the Starbucks girl is literally like one of them or something that looks like almost completely identical. Like literally the Starbucks logo girl.
That's cool.
So like there's a lot of like, and I looked up Garnet and one of the pro things, it was like a little clip art of like Garnet from Steven Universe. So there's like some actual like copyrighted stuff that you get access to. Um, which is pretty sweet
That
because,
is.
if somebody is legally able to use that for a design or whatever, like on Redbubble or something, for example, they use that, people are gonna be like, oh, this is like an official thing, right? That helps out the like indie creator
Yeah. Speaking of Steven Universe, first season of that show, one of the greatest first seasons of the show ever watched.
for real.
Top tier.
Its quality did decline as the series went on, but I still enjoyed it all the
Yeah,
way
I mean, I
through.
still liked watching it. It's just that it like nothing could ever come close to the first season for me.
Exactly. I just remember it was so intriguing whenever the first season came out. Like, I was like the first few episodes had like no context. I was like, what? Like, but it was so fire.
Like the one like watermelon. Was it the watermelon episode where like everything turns into like the cherry blossoms at the end? Or no, that was there was like some like weird like moss or something like in a pond, and like Steven and Lars, wasn't his name Lars, and like the other
Yeah,
his other
Lars.
like cool, his like cool, quote unquote cool friends or whatever, they went up to like the top of like the hill or like the mountain or whatever, and there was like that moss or whatever, and then eventually it gets like the moss gets cleansed and it all turns into the flower petals or whatever, like the very beautiful like pink like flower petals.
Yeah.
That's like one of like the greatest like animated scenes. I swear to God, like it just like watching that, you're just like, damn,
The show is so good.
so good.
Not my absolute favorite show. I mean, I'd have to say regular show takes the cake. I enjoyed Adventure Time a lot, but and I hold them in the same tier in terms of how good they are, in my opinion. But my favorite of the two is regular show because that one just resonates with me a lot more.
Yeah, regular show is probably my favorite. I really like Adventure Time. Chowder's up there. The
Chowder is
marvelous
so good.
the marvelous misadventures of Flapjack up there. Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans up there. You guys have seen the clip of like Teen Titans Go where they put like they like actually like animated it like if it was just like the regular
Yeah, they
Teen
actually
Titans,
tried.
and like they like walked up to like fight Darkseid, and they like actually
Yeah,
tried,
I
and it's
heard
like,
about that.
and what's so sad is they have the ability to do that and they still make Teen Titans Go. I know that people like that show, but like think about if that existed, like the one where they're fighting Darkseid like that, like in today's standards, especially now with how mainstream and popular anime is becoming, especially in the United States. Think about like when the OG Teen Titans came out like earlier in the 2000s, and
Complete
like
missed opportunity on their end.
yeah. And the thing is imagine if they kept the OG Teen Titans going, or they at least brought it back like a few years ago. Because think about like even One Piece is becoming a lot bigger in like the U.S. Because you usually saw like Dragon Ball and like Naruto,
Yeah,
but like
dude,
even like
One
One
Piece,
Piece
like I
is getting
used to
more
like
popular.
literally a year ago, I would try getting people to watch it. Like a year ago, 2 years ago, and 3 years ago. Like tried getting people to watch it those three years. Everybody was like, "Nah, that shows looks kind of mid. I don't know." And I'm just
Because
like,
they all looked at
"Bro,
like the first
it's so
season
good."
whenever it's like it looks older because it's obviously
They
came out in
literally
like the
just based it
90s.
off of the animation style, how good they thought it was gonna be. Little do they know it has better story than like any of the
I
garbage they
mean,
were probably watching.
One Piece has the greatest world building in anything that like I've pretty much ever seen.
Yeah,
Like literally nothing comes close to One Piece. I mean, there's
the
probably things that do.
characters, the story, the detail.
Like Chopper's backstory, bruh. Like I don't like that shit got me like, like every time things come full circle in One Piece or something gets revealed, it always like makes you feel a different way than like any other show can. Like whenever
Yeah,
like again, this is One Piece. This is like Chopper. He's one of the crew members in One Piece. He comes in like a little bit later, but like for his like, because like obviously you pretty much for every character you learn
spoiler
like their
warning.
backstory. Wait, what?
I'm
Oh,
just giving out a spoiler warning if nobody if people are listening that just picked up One Piece
yeah.
and they don't
Spoiler
even know who
warning
Chopper is yet.
for One Piece. I think it's what episode is it? Like 80. I think that's whenever
I think it's around
like around like episodes like 80 to like 100 or something like that. Like spoiler warning.
it's
If
like
you're
130-ish is the desert. I forget.
Alabasta,
Alabasta. Yeah, I didn't want to say filibuster because I'm about to
Alabasta.
It's like, no, it's not filibuster, but it's something similar.
Yeah, but pretty much spoiler warning for One Piece. If you don't know who Chopper is, then just like skip ahead for a little, like skip ahead like 5 minutes or so. But pretty
Yeah,
much now I'm going to speak about it. Pretty much in that one, so pretty much Chopper's this little reindeer who ate the human fruit. So pretty much he was a reindeer and then he gained like more human like always like he can like talk and like all this shit, and he like gained like the ability to like transform into like different like forms and stuff, and he doesn't really have the best control over it at the beginning, but pretty much in his backstory the person that took him in was a doctor for like a pirate. I think he was in a pirate crew beforehand, right? But he pretty much
yeah,
lived
he
on they live
was.
on this place called Drum Island. It's like this like it's like a frozen like not, I would say desolate, but it's like super cold there, and it's pretty much like constantly like winter, and pretty much his like like the dude, I can't remember what his name was though. This has been so long, but he's like one of the most underrated characters in all of like fiction because he wanted to make the people of Drum Island like happy, and he thought that the way to cure like people's sadness was to have like the cherry blossoms like fall down, like how like the snow falls down or whatever. And pretty much pretty much like you go through the backstory and like he gets like sick or he gets injured, and Chopper goes and finds this mushroom because he's also like aspiring to be a doctor. Like he learns a lot from like his mentor and his caretaker because he was also like a ship doctor on like a pirate crew. And he goes and finds like this mushroom that he read about that could cure his illness, and he gives it to him. But it turns out that like the mushroom was actually like super poisonous and it was going to kill him, or like it did kill him. But like he still took it because, and this is where like the magic of One Piece happens. Even though that the doctor knew that it was a dangerous and poisonous mushroom, even though that I think he was already dying, but like
Yeah, he was already
he was
dying.
already dying, but like he probably would have lived like a little bit longer. But he still took the mushroom, like kind of like the medicine that Chopper made, even though that it was poisonous, because he wanted Chopper to feel like he really like he helped, and that he was putting his best effort, even though that he did choose the wrong thing. Like, and that's like where the magic of One Piece is. That's like whenever you're like, oh my god, like this is like we've got a show on our hands, right? Like we've got like an anime to watch here, and then
Yeah.
it's like, dude, it's just all this shit that happens in one. I can't explain all of it because there's thousands out. There's like 1,000 plus chapters and episodes, but yeah, I'm done with the whole One Piece spoiler stuff.
If
But
you want to taste quality, read One Piece or watch it. I mean, I say if you don't want as much filler, definitely read the manga because I mean they're both amazing. I started on the anime and then I read the manga and I was like even more impressed with the manga than I was the anime. Also because they're allowed to be bloodier in the manga. Um, it's more realistic with like how the fights should look like because in the anime they obviously
they like get hit
back
and like they
then
might
they
have
could
some blood come
only.
out of their nose or something, but like that's like the extent of
Yeah, because like back then, they can only be so violent on TV, which I get.
like One Piece. Everything pretty much like comes full circle, and it always comes full circle in like a very like impactful and meaningful way. That's like more impactful, and meaningful than like pretty much any other anime or show that you'll watch. Like
Like no character who is even like slightly relevant to the plot is usually going to end up being completely irrelevant. Like none.
yeah,
It always
it's
returns.
crazy. Just so good, man. And you know what's funny? I read One Piece has 9% of like the One Piece episode. I think it's like 9 or 6% of the episodes are like filler episodes on One Piece, and like that's actually like low compared to like some of the other ones like Naruto and stuff.
Yeah.
Is like I know,
Naruto, it's like 40% or something like that.
yeah, which is ridiculous. That kind of, I mean, even if the filler's
If you're
good, I
gonna
mean,
watch it, literally you just have to look up a filler list and you can just skip all the filler episodes.
that's kind of annoying because it's like at least One Piece they don't have nearly as much filler episodes, but like all of the filler episodes in One Piece are like actually really good.
Oh yeah, they're all amazing. I didn't skip any episodes unless it was one I'd already seen and it was like a recap or whatever.
Yeah. What's really cool and because I'm in terms of the anime, I watched all the way up to the more recent episodes, and then I haven't watched it for like 10 or so weeks, so then I can start stockpiling episodes again. They're pretty much in the newest arc. The animation style, I mean, over time, you'll see the animation style get better and better. You'll see it like slightly getting more like it looks more modern or more like upgraded. Like you can tell. It's very easy to tell. But obviously, in the more recent episodes, the animation style is like top tier, like peak animation. Especially in like there's this one episode where like they like really go all out. It's like fucking like movie level animation that they had in like one of the, because it was like a big like fight was happening, and they had to make it look super drippy, and it did. But uh pretty much the animation style like has been upgraded, and like it's just, I don't know, it's just so great watching One Piece. but now I don't have more episodes to watch. Well, I have 10 episodes to watch, but that's it. But that's chump change, 10 episodes.
Yeah. For One Piece, 10 episodes is not enough.
It's chump change. I'm gonna start reading One Punch Man because I want to find out what happens past season 2. And I rewatched season 2. I gave it a 9 out of 10. People shat on that season. It's actually very good. I rewatched it, and I watched it dubbed as well. I watched everything
I
originally
still have
subbed.
to watch the second season. I have yet to experience it.
It's enjoyable. People like complain about
I've
stuff
just
for
been
no
waiting
reason.
for 3 because
Yeah.
Well, the
People are
issue with
so
season 3 coming out is for some reason the anime. Well, they had to change the animation studio for the second season, and I don't know. It's like up in the air again for season 3. And it's like I don't because the same thing happened with
I know
another show that I really
fans are
like.
look, anime is amazing, but fans can be so bitchy when it comes to
yeah.
animation.
These people just like to complain.
Yeah,
Like
the animation looks different. You can tell that it's different, but it's good still. It's still good. I
Like,
look at it,
so
I'm like,
what
that's
if
pretty
it's
good.
different? At least they still were able to give you the series that you enjoy. If you truly enjoy what the creator is putting out for you and, spending all this time and effort making for our enjoyment and our entertainment, like, the least you can do is actually support it instead of acting like a bitch and being like, "Oh, this animation's disgusting." It's like, and then it's gonna get canceled, or well, not saying like One Punch Man will get canceled, but it's like then if this show gets canceled or a show gets canceled because of that reason, these are the exact same type of people to complain and be like, "Why would they cancel it?" And it's like you're the
Exactly.
reason. You are the only reason they canceled this. If you didn't bitch about it, everything would have been fine.
Because the thing is that what happened and what is currently happening with One Punch Man is kind of like what happened. Obviously, it's different because that One Punch Man is an anime. And there was like an issue with the studios or whatever, and with there's a show called Mindhunter on Netflix. Top tier show, by the way. Top tier. I've been thinking about rewatching it because I haven't. I mean, I watched it when season 1 came out and when season 2 came out, so it's been a few years. But that's the issue. It's been many years. Well, not many, but it's been quite a few years. And usually, TV shows takes about a year or so for the next season to come out or whatever. But there's been some issue with Mindhunter. I don't know if it's just because it wasn't popular or whatever the reason was, but pretty much is up in the air, and either it may continue in the way in the future, or it's just going to be gone now. And I'm like, damn, that show is so good. I want to watch it, but there's no there's no chance of it coming back anytime soon.
Yeah,
I'm just
which that sucks. It's like I wish Chowder never got canceled. Literally,
I agree.
whenever I found out as a kid that there weren't going to be any new episodes of Chowder, like a part of me died. Like I actually felt like such genuine, deep rooted sadness. Like,
Yeah, me too. It was such a good fucking show. Just so It's just so good. The art style,
the art style, like the creativity.
the
Oh
creativity,
my,
the humor,
the lessons.
the lessons learned, all of the unique food every episode and
The
stuff.
fourth wall breaking.
Yeah,
Taught
the
me what
fourth wall
fourth wall
breaking.
break was.
there was a fourth wall break every other episode in Chowder.
Especially Gazpacho used to break the fourth wall all the time.
He
It,
did.
it's just so funny
Yeah.
how Gazpacho was the one that usually broke the fourth wall because he would always look right at the camera. He looked right at our
Yeah.
perspective, and and he'd be like, "What about you? What about the viewers?" or something like that.
Yeah.
Man,
Like
I wish it never got
Gazpacho
canceled.
or Mung.
Mung Dal, bro.
We need to
Mung
get
Dal.
every single voice actor and actress and part of the Chowder team, every part of the Chowder team. We need to get them all on Bad Nightmarish Night once we blow up.
Yeah, we can have him do a what is it, a table read, and then make a
Yeah.
custom animated episode that they read.
And dude, if Bad Nightmarish Night becomes big enough, then dude, like I wouldn't even care if I became rich. Like I would definitely fund a show for them.
Oh, 110%. 110%. Man. Just it's just crazy to think that there was so many top tier shows, Flapjack and like Chowder, are like two of the bigger ones, Teen Titans. Like those all got canceled just because of some stupid reason, like for money or like uh well, Flapjack got canceled because it was ahead of its time. If Flapjack was released in like today, it would be like the biggest show. It would be like Adventure Time or like, like something. It would be like that level of like
Like Rick and
popular.
Morty, like
Yeah, like Rick and Morty popular because it's just that type of show. It's just so meme worthy and so cursed. And in today's like meme culture and stuff, like people would just eat that shit up. They would just love watching that.
I just don't know how you can look at Flapjack and say that it sucks. It's pure creative genius.
It is.
I just don't know how. Well, the reason a lot of these shows get canceled too is that people don't recognize it. Like they just don't recognize it. Like a lot of people just don't. They don't see stuff for its true value. But then again, it's not really their fault whenever there's just been a decline in quality, like as the years have gone on, just with like a lot of stuff in general. Like
Yeah.
I just think about growing up and I'm like, damn, bro, the quality has just gone down for so many things.
Like back when we were younger, every day you could come home from school or like during the summer, there was always some top tier show on. Like on Cartoon Network, there was like Flapjack was
Yeah,
like
like
earlier
every show
2000s,
was
but
like
like
S tier.
yeah, like you had like Teen Titans, like Flapjack in the earlier 2000s, and then you had like Chowder, regular show, Adventure Time, and then they fucking replaced like Teen Titans with fucking Teen Titans Go or whatever. It's just I don't know. And then like or like there was like SpongeBob top tier show, and then like it dips. Like the seasons that people hate, everybody knows the seasons that aren't really that good that people hate, but the new seasons are really good because instead of trying to be, even though that it's not the same SpongeBob as like the first three seasons, which are like some of the greatest seasons in any show I've ever watched, like they changed from being more of like a witty show to like more of like kind of like a slapstick type of like cartoon show, but it still works and it's still funny because of the amount of curse shit that is on there. It still is very entertaining and fun to watch. But like you could watch like SpongeBob was like on 24/7. Fucking like you'd see Chowder, Adventure Time, regular show, the first season of Steven Universe. Like so many good shows. But then now it's like I don't even know what the fuck is on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I have no idea, bro.
I mean,
I don't
I
even
know
know
I'm
what they're
older, but
showing.
like if regular show was still on Cartoon Network, like new episodes airing and stuff, I would be watching them even at my age, not being a child.
Regular shows just so good. Like
Yeah.
the quality. Oh man. Like if you've seen at least 5 episodes of regular show, you cannot tell me that you think it's bad. Any 5 episodes, if they only saw five, could be any.
I mean, you could watch like the five worst episodes of regular show, and you'd just be like, "Damn, this show's fucking awesome."
Exactly. That's a
That's like
show
the
that's
that that's
pure
the amount of
creative
quality
genius
that the show
too.
has. It's like watching Breaking Bad. If you watch like the worst Breaking Bad episodes, you're still like, "Damn, this is like one of the best TV shows I've ever watched." I need to watch the final season of Better Call Saul.
Need to start Better Call Saul after I finish Breaking Bad.
It's so good. Better Call Saul is like a prequel. You look at Saul Goodman before he is Saul Goodman.
Fire.
What's
I
his
don't
name?
know why I thought it was like
Jimmy
after.
McGill. No, what I think how it is like it happens. I think in the final season, I know that in the final season it catches up to whenever Breaking Bad begins. Like I know like that the timeline is like either a few months or a few years before like the events of Breaking Bad, and then it just catches up to like the you know like the present time, which is very
Yeah,
interesting because obviously we know, or well, at least I've seen the entirety of Breaking Bad. So, but I mean, you guys watched the first 2 or 3 seasons anyway, so like you know what happens in the first 2 seasons.
we haven't seen Saul yet, but yeah,
Saul Goodman, legendary character. That's like thing is, if I ever like wrote a character, bro, like I would just look at like Breaking Bad to learn how to like write a good character.
Badger.
Bad dude.
Badger.
You know what's so funny is literally that dude does the voice for the one kid in Kick Buttowski is like good friend, like Hunter or whatever his name was, something like that, or Gunther. I can't remember what his name was. It was something like that.
Gunther.
I can't remember. It's been a while since I've watched Kick Buttowski, Suburban Daredevil.
I watched a dodgeball clip today of Kick Fatowski.
Kick Buttowski, Buttowski.
It was like a dodgeball thing. I don't know. I haven't watched that show in a long time, but
Oh,
it
another
was
show we didn't mention was Total Drama. Total
Oh
Drama
my
dude,
Island.
god,
total
bro.
drama.
We
So
rewatched
funny.
it in my house. Oh my god, that show stands up to this day. It stands the test of time. I don't know about the new seasons, but the first season is just
I'm
pure
going
comedic
to die
genius.
now.
I'm going to die now. Freaking Owen.
Y'all didn't read the letters. Freaky.
Freaky. Chef, bruh.
Dude,
Chef
I love
Hatchet.
Chef. Such a goated character.
Freaking Harold's an absolute dog, bruh.
Spicy.
He literally wrote letters to what was her name? Lashonda? Is that what it was?
I think it was Lashana.
Or
It was
Lashana?
either Lashana or Lashonda. I
It was,
don't remember. I don't,
can't remember.
because we haven't watched that in like a few months now.
Yeah, but pretty much he wrote letters to her, and she was like, damn, you freaky. And then like right after that, Chef, like you said, he's like, I read the letters, freaky.
Yeah, he said
Dude,
like freaky or spicy or
no,
something
he
like
said
that. But
no. Lashana said, "Oh, you freaky," and then Hatchet said, "Spicy." He said in
yeah,
like that tone or whatever. Dude, that show is a fucking fever dream, bro.
that show is based as hell.
It is. That
Every
is a truly based
character
show.
is stereotyped.
Yeah,
Like
it's just full
every
stereotype.
single one.
Like Duncan is like the delinquent like stereotype, like the hardcore. Oh, I don't know, like the hardcore.
Yeah,
I hate everything, or like hardcore. Just like one is just like a warmonger. And then Harold, literally, is just Napoleon from Napoleon Dynamite. That's literally what he is. Just like,
the
oh
worst. He
god.
left his
Oh
shitty
my
Yeah, he let his
underwear.
shitty underwear all over the place, and then they played a prank on him where he didn't
Yeah,
have any
they
underwear and he
they
walked
gave
around
him
fucking
underwear,
naked.
bro. And they also fed him sandwiches with his underwear in it.
Yeah, they put him sandwich with his own fucking shitty underwear. It was like, God.
It's like, all
Man,
right, I'll stop.
I'll stop leaving my undies everywhere.
They were like, who else is gonna be leaving your underwear out? Like,
Yeah, because he literally lied to the very
yeah,
until he ate the
till the
underwear.
very end. Like
He
he
lied
just
until
kept
he ate
on
that sandwich and the
denying.
underwear was in his mouth, and they were like, "Stop leaving your poopy underwear everywhere." And he was like, "Fine, God."
they were like, just admit it's yours and we'll stop.
Yeah, that's literally all they want.
Literally,
They're like,
Duncan
just
was like,
admit
"Just
that it's
admit
yours,
that
and we'll stop.
these are your poopy underwear, and we'll be fine. We'll stop messing with you." And he's like, "They're not mine, God." And then he finally admitted after eating shitty underwear.
show was wild, bro.
And then literally Duncan, what's that one girl's name that Duncan was
Gwen.
dating? Not Gwen, the other one,
Oh,
the
the
prim and
other.
proper one.
Oh, the proper bitch.
Wasn't it,
Yeah,
I forget her name.
dude, he literally just straight up like turns to the delinquent side, or like the wild side.
I don't remember her name, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. I remember Gwen though. You know what? Fucking. I've seen so much stuff on iFunny about Gwen. It like kind of disgusts me.
Dude, I've seen so much stuff in Collective about Gwen, and
Yeah,
I've also seen shit about Duncan in there
yeah,
too. I'm like, you guys are
yeah. I've
wild.
seen stuff about Gwen and Duncan. I'm like, bruh, who the fuck is going on here and posting this shit?
Like, I'm just trying to look at memes, bro. Why y'all gotta
I mean,
destroy
listen, we all.
Collective like this?
I like goth girl just as like the other as any other person, but you know, not Gwen from Total Drama.
Yeah, nah. When I was a child, yeah,
Oh yeah,
but
when I was a kid, I was like, oh. But you know, as a person that isn't in an animated world,
yeah,
not
now
really
that my
into.
brain is actually developed, I'm like, I'm chilling. Like, I'm not a
Dude,
kid
you
anymore.
literally just like insulted anybody that's posted anything about Gwen. You just insulted them. You know, not that my brain has
No,
developed.
oh no, I didn't mean it like that.
That's
I
exactly what
mean,
it
does that
sounded like,
change
though.
that? That doesn't change the fact that it's true.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's just
Hey,
it's so
people can
funny.
like what they like. I just mean that now that my brain is developed, I've realized, oh, animation people aren't real.
You're like, damn. You just,
And then,
you're like the age of 15. You were like, damn, look at all these animation people. They're real. And then you turn 16 and you were
no,
like, damn,
no,
they're not real.
no.
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
Why you
Had the
gotta
1 year
clown me
glow
that
up.
hard, bro? Act like it was 15. No, now everybody's gonna actually think that when I was 15, I thought cartoons were real or some
No,
shit.
I've ruined Ben's reputation.
I don't care, bro. People can think what they want. Doesn't mean it's right.
No, I just picked a random age. I was just like, just going from 15 to 16 sounded the funniest. Thinking like, oh yes, at the age of 15, yes, look at all these animated cartoon people. They're so real. And then it just, one day ticks over, you turn 16. Oh, they're not real.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
You know what? I think that's a good way to leave off the to leave the
Yeah,
podcast.
definitely a good way to end the episode.
All right, well, it's time for the outro. Okay, so I am Austin, and then we got Ben, who's
Yeah,
the one who thought that animated cartoons were real up until the age of 16, and then we have
false, false, not from 16.
and then we have James, who's
Like
playing Elden
4.
Ring the entire time,
Yes.
and
I found a weapon. Hammer.
Hamu. But that was Bad Nightmarish Night, episode 2, episode dose. And you know what? Wait, hold on, I gotta get close to the mic. Sweet dreams.